Suburban Sentinel here with a response to Matt's 3 budget gun video. On the screen in front of you here is an AR-7 Explorer. This design dates back to the late 50s by Eugene Stoner of Armalite and the AR fame. This gun was designed as a survival rifle for military pilots, and it did serve in that role for many, many years. The AR-7 has bounced around to a variety of different manufacturers over the years, and this particular model is from the period when Charter Arms was producing the AR-7. All of the AR-7s are chambered in .22 long rifle and are magazine-fed semi-automatic. The Charter Arms version of the AR-7 had a solid reputation for absolutely sucking, and I think that reputation was well deserved. And Bella, of course, is in the way here. Come here, Bells. These guns are not that accurate, but the biggest problem with the Charter Arms versions is that they had a high percentage of guns with feeding problems. Because of the poor reputation of the Charter Arms AR-7s, these particular models go for next to nothing used. And in fact, I don't think I would pay more than $25 or $50 for a Charter Arms era AR-7. Note, however, that in most cases the feeding issues can be easily addressed. I had feeding problems with this gun, and I bought this new about 25 or 30 years ago, brand new. And by polishing the feed ramp and sticking to round nose rather than flat nose .22 caliber bullets, it does feed reliably. In addition, the magazines, at least the ones from this particular time period, were pretty flimsy. So what I would do is about every 2 or 3 years toss any existing magazines and just buy new ones, and they weren't that expensive to the best of my recollection. The one advantage to this small rifle is that it is a takedown .22. So I haven't practiced this in a while, but essentially you just unscrew the barrel. You can actually use the charging handle and bolt to help pop the barrel off. The receiver unscrews from the bottom. Comes right out. The butt pad pops off. And you stow the receiver, the barrel, and the magazine on the stock, and pop the stock back on, and it's about a 16-inch package, and it floats. So for its time, it was a pretty good survival gun. I don't use this anymore. I've upgraded to a Kel-Tec Sub 2000 for aviation survival, but this gun did serve me pretty well. And for a $50 buy-in and cheap ammo, not a bad budget gun. Second budget gun is this SKS. I actually found this in the attic of our house a couple of years after we bought it. And I guess that was about 8 or 9 years ago. And I haven't done anything with this rifle. I haven't let it get any worse, but it is still in pretty bad shape. It's got at least some surface rust on the barrel and all the exposed metal components. The bolt still operates. So my purchase price or buy-in for this particular weapon is $0. I don't know very much about the SKS, but I think I am going to try to get this thing working again, just because it's kind of cool. I have no idea how old the gun is or where it came from, but I guess I'll get into that a little bit more. It is a filthy wreck, but perhaps it can be salvaged, and maybe it'll be a little fun project to do. Assuming I can get the rifle operational again, one of the side benefits is that it fires the inexpensive comm block rounds. So that would be kind of nice just for plinking or whatever as a spare rifle. So let's move on to the third and final budget gun. Let me just pull this out here. The gun I'm speaking of is pretty unusual. It's semi-automatic, has a 100 round plus magazine, is very easy to operate, and the ammunition costs next to nothing. So let's get a good close-up of this handgun. These are terrific. You can buy these new for about 15 bucks. And again, about 100 rounds of ammunition is a quarter. So, although you have to get in really close and the ammunition is a little bit underpowered, it is a good budget gun. Right, Bella? So, thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel saying, staple safely, everybody.